In this tutorial, we'll be looking at exporting video for YouTube. So we'll start by selecting the sequence that we want exporting and going into File, Export, Media. You'll want to select a format appropriate for the platform, in this case YouTube, so we'll select H.264. Under the preset, we will choose a match source high bitrate. And inside the video tab here, we are matching the source, so the aspect ratio, resolution and frame rate isn't going to change from the sequence. But what we do want to have a look at are these bitrate settings. So the bitrate is all about quality and file size. The higher the bitrate, the larger the file size and the slower the encode will take. We've got options here for CBR, constant bitrate, which is just one value. And then we also have variable bit rates, which give us two values, a target bit rate and a maximum bit rate. So the target bit rate will be used for most ordinary footage, where it will need to use a higher bit rate. So if you have faster motion on the camera or even inside the frame, then it will use the higher value. Now you might be tempted to push these levels all the way up, but actually if we're working in HD, which this video is, then you really don't want to be above 20. You really want these values to be between 10 and 20 megabits per second. For 4K footage, you can go up to, between 30 and 40 megabits per second. I'm going to select a two pass. So the two passes, the first pass is the analysis, the second pass is the encode, and I'm going to select a value here, input a value of 16 for the target bit rate and a value of 20 for the maximum bit rate. If your footage has a lot of fine detail, you'll want to keep these more towards the higher end of those values. So we'll select use maximum render quality, and finally we just need to make sure that our audio is set to AAC format and we are using the maximum bitrate there, which is 320 kilobits per second. And then we can just click on export, which I won't do for this example. And there you have your export settings for YouTube.